السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا مرحبا. Welcome guys. Hope you guys having a fantastic day, enjoying yourselves. All right, so my name is Dekat Zaman, and this is my live stream Roots of Knowledge Q&A, where I try to answer your questions basically. So I try to answer your questions. If I know the answer, I'll try to answer it. If I don't know the answer, then obviously I won't be able to answer it. So if you guys want to ask questions in the question box, so here's the question box on the side, you can ask here, comments box, or you can even ask on Curious Cat, where you don't have to give your name or anything. If you want to ask privately, you can ask on there. It's a bit anonymous as well. So I can put it up there as well. So Curious Cat, and this is for anonymous. Yeah, so today has been a very nice day. The weather has been excellent. So, ahlan wa sahlan again. Welcome. I've got my tea. Actually, just before, the reason I came late was actually spilt my tea. So somehow this tea spilt. Luckily, it didn't damage anything. It just went on the desk, and I had to just wipe it down with the towel. So, alhamdulillah, Allah saves. Okay, so right. So today I actually got to do some DIY with my cousin. We did the roof on my shed. So I'll show you pictures on the Telegram. It was basically the roof of the shed has been ripped off because of strong winds last year, or was the year before, and I had to replace the window, the roof, with tarpaulin. So tarpaulin is like strong plastic. And alhamdulillah, today finally I got that done. Otherwise, underneath the wood was getting damaged. So if any of you guys like doing DIY, put in the comments as well. Right, so let's start with answering your questions then. Okay, by the way, today I've actually got another camera on the side here. I'm going to test it out. Obviously, it's not as good quality as the camera that I've got here. Obviously, that's a really good one. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go into Instagram then. Let's Insta it. Let's see what you got. Oh, let's just 1 second. Okay, so you press that. Q&A. Q&A. Right, so okay, where is HDR? So let's check out your questions then. Omar Shah, wa alaikum assalam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Which book do we read for better understanding of the names of and sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So there's a good book that's written by Imam Ghazali rahimahullah on the names of Allah. Yeah. So I can't remember the exact name of that book, but that is a good comprehensive book. It goes to each name. Yeah, that I would recommend that. And if not, then there's actually yeah, that's a good book. There's another one that I've got, but it's published. It's in Urdu though. It's in 2 volumes. That was a quite good one, published by Zamzam Publishers. I can't remember what the name of the book is though. Asma'ul Husna, something like that. Tanveer, wa alaikum assalam. Having a hard time at the moment and will appreciate du'as. Inshallah, my brother Tanveer, I will make special dua for you guys. Make special dua for Tanveer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make things easy for him and anyone else who's going through difficulties. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them ease and protects them, saves them from any harm and fitnas. Uwais Tayyib on Instagram is saying, watching live from Mecca, mashallah, leaving tomorrow for Medina. Mashallah, subhanallah, you're in the best place on the face of the earth. MashaAllah. Make special dua for us, the Uwais Tayyib, and make dua for our brother Tanveer as well, is going through difficulties at the moment. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. What a wonderful place. May Allah take us all to Mecca and Medina. I have a skin condition, so washing the face irritates it. Can I skip rinsing the face during wudu due to my circumstance? If it's difficult for you to put water on there, is it possible for you to touch around or something? If that's not possible, then it's fine. Then you can skip it out. Amina wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. Hope you and everyone else is doing well. Sheikh Qaradawi just passed away recently. I have a skin condition, so wetting everything down. Were you familiar with his works? I didn't read many of his works. I heard about him. No, I don't think anything really influenced me of his writings. But he was a mufakkir. Yeah, mufakkir is basically those kind of scholars who influenced thought. Yeah, so he was one of the inspirers of many movements in the world, and he wrote many things, many books. He has a book on his halal and haram, which has some controversial things in there. And he wrote a book on zakat as well, which is supposed to be very, very good. I've read a bit of it. He has a book on jihad. I read a bit of that 2-volume book on jihad, the contemporary application of jihad in today's times and how it's changed from the olden days. And so yeah, he was known besides like his radical opinions on certain things, very sort of like strange opinions. He came out with the idea of the fiqh of the aqalliyat. So in the West, because you're a minority, you have a special type of fiqh that you can follow. He considers like eating, you can eat from the Ahl Kitab. They don't really have to say the name of Allah there. Basically, as long as you live in the West, you can actually eat. As long as it's not pork, you can eat from a restaurant beef and goat, mutton, and all that kind of stuff. So basically, you don't have to check whether it's dhabiha. And also, he had his views regarding music as well. So he basically, permitted music in all its shapes and forms, as long as there's no vulgarity in there. Yeah, so he had a lot of like radical opinions on those kind of things. Assalamu alaikum, Hassan Ahmed. Ahlan wa sahlan. How are you keeping? I'm very good. Thank you very much, brother. If a person does not have wudu, is it permissible for him or her to touch the words of the Quran via mobile phone? There's a difference of opinion around this masala. I personally would say that the person should not touch the Arabic on the verses. The Arabic on the verses, don't touch those. Just touch the side. Umar Shah Amin Zaid wa alaikum assalam. Ahlan wa sahlan. Yasir Qadi did a talk on Sheikh Yusuf Qaradawi. Yeah, so it's actually Qaradawi, okay? It's not Qaradawi, it's Qaradawi. But, people who are non-Arab, they'll just generally say Qaradawi because it's just famous. Yeah, Qaradawi. All right, so let me show you guys my other camera. Let's see. Video settings. Let's see. Oh, can I put it on? Oh, so I don't think I can input the other camera. Inna lillah. Yeah, I don't think I can input the other camera. Change avatar camera. No, you won't pick up the other camera. Oh, that's a shame. I could have had a source extra camera. Oh, extra camera. Please connect more video input. Why won't you pick it up? Yeah, for some reason I can't seem to detect the other camera. Yes, I was going to show you guys today the other camera that I bought, how that camera works. It moves around with me. So if I move, it actually zoom in, it actually do a lot of movement. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have to still fiddle around with it, see if I can link it up to this live stream. I think the live stream doesn't seem to be accepting it at the moment. Please connect more video input devices, extra camera, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, anyway, maybe I'll try to come back to that one in a bit. Right. Sana wa alaikum assalam. Ahla wa sahla. I know Muslims can have kosher meat, but say you're at Tel Aviv airport, for example, and there are veg options too. Should you only aim to have kosher as best result? No, you can actually have a kosher as normal. Yeah, you can have it as normal. You don't have to have it as a last resort. Assalamu alaikum. Are you able to do wudu over thick normal socks? As long as you can walk in them 3 miles. So try walking in them for 3 miles. And if they don't tear easily, then you can wipe over them. QK, is the reward for reading Quran lost if a man does not wear a topi? No, it is not lost. Yeah, he's not lost. Right, let's check out over here. Travel Light, wa alaikum assalam. Please make dua for me. I'm teaching fiqh. As a student, I really benefit from your videos and still am, alhamdulillah. Traveling Light, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and your family and put barakah in your studies and ilm. Fiqh is something I really like a lot. So currently I'm teaching a lot of fiqh, and one of the things I enjoy about fiqh is when I see students able to understand like a concept, like they can understand how things work in Islam. And I think that, to me, that is a stronger boost of iman than listening to a hyped up talk by Mawlana Tariq Jamil or someone like that. Because if you can get someone to understand how Islam works, that actually makes them appreciate the workings of Islam. It kind of like stays with them for their whole life. So I love teaching people fiqh and usul fiqh. Makes it kind of very personal. What do you guys think? Do you guys find that as well? I mean, is it true that reading Quran from Mus'haf is more rewarding because you get double reward for looking at the Quran and reciting? I've never come across that. No. Haider Ali, you showed some socks on your Kuduri videos used for massage. Shall I just get those? So you can get any ones. If you go online, any ones that are thick, if they're waterproof, then you can definitely do massage on them. Yeah. When a Muslim man walks around, interacts with people in public, how should he conduct himself, posture, facial expression, what he wears? Oh, I don't know. Just act normal. So when Sahaba, look at this. Sahaba were the best people after the Prophet ﷺ, yeah? However they acted according to how they would normally act. So that's how we normally act. Basically, don't harm anyone. Don't don't backbite. Don't lie. As long as you don't do the don'ts, everything else is okay. That's the main thing. We don't teach fiqh for us. Some talks work. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, should work. Bima, ahla wa sahlan, Bima, mashallah, mashallah. Long time, my brother Bima and the crew, the Bima and Co family. Hope you guys are well, enjoying yourselves. Long time no see, guys. Yeah, so I wanted to show you guys how the camera works, but unfortunately, qadar of Allah. Actually, what I can show you, yeah, I'm going to try to show you guys this next time, yeah, because I think what I'll do is if I can, let me just redo this again. Okay, Hassan Desai, alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I checked the references you gave yesterday for Qaza and Qila li'annahu zayl Yahud. Do we know who are Qila? So Qila usually refers to like later Hanafis. You can find out more if you look in other sources, but generally Qila is usually kind of like a weaker opinion. It's like a weaker position. Long time. I pray you and your family are well. I know, bro. I know. Wa alaikum assalam. Fresh Prince, my brother. أهلا وسهلا. كيف الحال يا أخي؟ كيف الحال؟ سيارتي ما زالت مريضة. أحتاج إلى سيارة جديدة. ادعوا لي. I'm making digital notes of your usul hadith. Shall I share them? Yeah, if you can, that'd be excellent. Fantastic. Right. Apologize for that little seizure there. Just want to test if I can. Still can't bring on the other camera. Actually, what I'll do is, 1 second. See, I'll do this to the other camera. It picks it up, and then when I move, it moves with me. Okay, so okay, let me show you guys. Let me just add this. I can't even add this new camera. Please connect more videos into input devices. Wow, it's connected. What do you want, bye? Okay, let me just try to share the screen. Okay, this is basically the screen. So I can show you through. I can show you guys it through here. Yeah. So if I just get rid of this, so you see this. This is the other camera. Yeah. Now see if I move. Moves with me. Oh yeah. Okay, that's where it stops now. So now it won't move. So this hand gesture, basically, if I do this, it should zoom in. 1 sec. Let's see if the yeah, it's off. All right. So let's try this. Oh yeah, look at that. See that zoom in. Zooms in and then zoom out. Yeah. And then, so put tracking back on. Now if I get up, come sit over here. Yeah, do a bit of this. All right, guys. Chill out. What do you guys think? Instagram, you guys can't see anything here. For you, everything is just normal, as it was. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, this is the camera. Yeah, this is very, very good if you're doing presentations. If you walk around in the class, and it's really, really good. Like, I mean, I'm very impressed with this type of camera. I've never come across a camera that actually can do this. So it has a normal sort of like setting there, and then you've got like other features where I can actually show you. Actually, it's got streamer mode, yeah. Okay, 1 second. It's got something called streamer mode. I don't know what streamer mode is. I'm still just trying to work all this kind of stuff out at the moment. So it's got this thing where you can actually, what you can do is like this, look. So see that? That's what's on my desk now. So let's say, for example, I want to show you some writing. I can immediately instantly just show you, right? Like a book or something. Yeah. So for example, like these, I can show you those. Yeah. Or if I've got like a book, maybe if I've got a book. Yeah. So for example, like, oh yeah, look, check this book out. Yeah. Blah blah blah. All right. Yeah. Can you guys see this book? So then you want to go back. You want to go back to this. right? So you go back to, and then it's got like this whiteboard mode. Okay, let's just see. So, what do you guys think? You like that, guys? See, now it's not moving. So if I do this, okay, now it's going to move now. So you can actually make it stop. You can make it move. Can it stand up? Go down. Yeah, so I'm still playing around. It's my first week with it, so I'm still figuring out how it's all done. Alhamdulillah. So, like I said, these kind of things are very, very good for improvement in quality of teaching. I definitely would recommend if anyone's interested in these kind of cameras. 100% investments are worth it, especially if you can improve the quality of the lesson for the students. I would definitely recommend. Oh, mashallah, randomly, ahlan wa sahlan, jazakallah khair for your kind donation. My brother from India, ahlan wa sahlan, welcome, mashallah. Thank you for your kind donation. May Allah bless you and your family for helping, supporting my channel. You always support my channel, mashallah. And one day, inshallah, I'm going to meet you, bro. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. And this week I actually completed Hajj, the chapter of Hajj in Quduri. So imagine after 10 years, yeah, from beginning of Quduri all the way up to Hajj, end of Hajj. So next week we're going to start Buyu, inshallah, inshallah. And people like Randomly and others supporting my channel helps my channel go a long way, definitely, without doubt. Jazakallah khair, bro. May Allah bless you. Okay, he got a question. Does discharge in pregnancy break the wudu? So if a woman has discharge in pregnancy, there's a difference of opinion in the Hanafis. If the discharge is due to arousal or it has a bad odor to it or bad discoloring, then yes, it'll break. If it doesn't, then according to one opinion in the Hanafi school, it doesn't break the wudu, and one opinion does. I would say this: if it happens a lot, then it does not break wudu. If it happens rarely, like not often, then the woman should repeat the wudu again. Hansa Khan, can a haircut be considered haram? Yes, if it resembles a specific religion's haircut, like the haircut of the Jews or of the Shaolin monks. Yeah, then it would be impermissible. Okay, all right. Zob, alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan, my brother Zob. What is the meaning of walla'i lam yahidna? Walla'i, yeah. Walla'i lam yahidna. Those women who have not had haid, mean those women who do not experience haid. So there's some women who don't get menstruation, like under 9s or over 60s. Is it sunnah for men to wear thobes? As in, what do you mean by sunnah? Do you mean by sunnah as in rewarding? Is that what you're saying? Alaikum assalam, AB61. Mala, wa alaikum assalam. Hope you're well. Any tips on controlling anger with frustrating people, particularly those who insist traditions, even against Islam, must be followed? You know what? Like Allah says in the Quran, وَجَعَلْنَا بَعْضَكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ fitna. We have made some of you fitna for others. Will you have sabr? So you need to learn to have sabr with people. So I would definitely say, look, don't hang around with these kind of people. Or if you have to be around them, then A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. If you're standing, sit down. These are the advice from the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And with maturity, when you grow up, you start to you realize you don't have to respond to everything. When I was younger, I used to try to respond to everything. Then I realized it's no point. There's things out there you should respond to, and things out there just chill out, just leave it. Have you read Ulum al-Quran by Ahmad von Denfer? I've skimmed through it. It's nothing special. It's not a special contribution from what I remember. It's a good book. You need to show me how to do this. I'm planning on doing a podcast about the history of Muslims during the. Yes, definitely. It's a camera called the Insta360. PTZ 4K it's called. أنا وزوجتي قطعنا ننتظر إليك منذ الأسبوع. أهلا وسهلا أهلا وسهلا، بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير. نحن نحب هذا الأرض. أهلا وسهلا أهلا وسهلا، ونحن نحبكم أيضا. AB61, just seen a clip from Pakistan floods and a small group of people reading Salah in Jama'ah in, say, chin-high water. When they made sujood on the ground, they were submerged in water. Okay. Ajib. I don't know what were they just doing it just to show, or this should be the Shadi camera. Yeah, Shadi camera. Yeah, moving around everywhere. Hey, is it authentic that every ayah you memorize takes you to a step higher in Akhirah? So there's a hadith, yes, authentic hadith, that in the Akhirah, the person who knows the Quran will be told to read, and then every ayah he knows, he's going to go one stage up in Jannah. One stage up. May Allah make us of those. Inshallah, I've made an intention, before I die, I'm going to memorize the whole Quran, inshallah. Randomly, assalamu alaikum, ahla wa sahla. Randomly, may Allah bless you with your kind donation, my brother. Fresh Prince, mashallah, jamil jiddan. هل هذا غني؟ هو غني عند الله subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does ahla wa sahla mean? It means welcome. It means welcome. أرنا مكتبك بهذه الكاميرا. نعم إن شاء الله أنا سوف عندما أعرف طريقة استخدامه إن شاء الله سأريكم إن شاء الله. آمين. You're so kind with your dua, Sheikh. May Allah reward you. Ameen, Ameen. Haidar Ali, is waterproof a condition for the socks, or can durability suffice? Amazon has some high durability socks. So as long as they don't absorb water very quick, that's the thing, then they're okay. So as long as if you stepped in a puddle, your foot won't get wet instantly. Riva Muslima. So yes, I meant, is it rewarding? No, it's not rewarding. Assalamu alaikum. So is the husband sinful if he prevents his wife without any reason from going to visit her family or going out? So this is like basically, this is the husband. Does he have the right to stop his wife from leaving the house? So she is living with him. She is considered to be in a marriage with him, and he has the right to stop her from leaving the house, basically. So leaving the house isn't something which is sinful, but being outside of his what do you call it, marital responsibility, or marital sort of like what do you call it, I don't know the word for in English, dhimma, this is considered to be the husband's right. This is, so he does not have the right to stop her from visiting her family at least once a week. She can go without his permission. And obviously, if she needs to leave the house for some emergency or something, that's also permissible. This is just generally if it's his house and that's his right. Yeah. So a lot of these issues with regards to marriage, they don't make sense in a Western society, because in a Western society you don't have a court system, Islamic court system. So these kind of things make sense in a Muslim society where there's a Muslim culture and there's a Muslim family system. A woman doesn't need to leave the house. There's no need for her to leave the house like that. Mashraq, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan, ahlan wa sahlan. Haidar Ali, with certain family members, I know that their way to advise through being assertive and arguing. It has worked as well. Will I be sinful if I argue? Not, I mean, I don't know exactly the situation, but possibly not. I was wondering if there's any Islamic remedy, tazkiyah, to deal with sadness or sorrow. I mean, so sorrow as in you've lost something, you've lost something in your life, and then you're trying to find a way to try and remedy that. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. So generally, reading Quran, remembering Allah, visiting the poor, visiting those who are in need, it makes a person appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ni'mas, and they overcome that. This is your general advice. But if it's something more than that, if it's something like depression or anything like that, you should seek advice from experts. And I mean experts, I mean like doctors and others, people like that. Sheikh, are you in a tariqah? No. Sheikh, my younger sister makes dua and says that after every salah. She has heard it from a scholar, she claims, on YouTube. Is it okay, or would it be considered a bid'ah? Yes, she can make dua, inshallah. Will you have a teacher for your hifz? Possibly, yes, definitely. I'll probably learn on my own, and then I'll go to someone and then read to them. Maybe one of my friends or someone. Assalamu alaikum. What type of taxes is allowed for Islamic government to levy upon a population? Whatever they need. Yeah, whatever taxes the government needs, there's permissibility for it. If wear socks under my khufs, is that okay? Yes. Are taxes such as income tax, estate duties, yes, that can be taken by the government. What is iftar? Iftar is specialization in fiqh. Walaikum assalam, Rona, mashallah, long time, my brother. I heard that nasheed is similar to music, and because it is, does it mean it's haram? If it's got music in there, it's similar to music. If it doesn't have music in there, it's not similar to music. Arnawat, ahlan wa sahlan, my brother Arnawat, mashallah, ahlan wa sahlan, ahlan wa sahlan. Remember, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Okay, Hansa, what about short back and sides? Is it makruh? No, it's permissible. Short back and sides is permissible. Hafsa, if the discharge happens often, is that case, could I need to change my underwear for every salah? No, you wouldn't. Mashtrak, what dhikr helps alleviate the hardness of the heart? So salutations of the Prophet ﷺ is a powerful remedy for this. Yeah, salutation of the Prophet ﷺ. Yeah, long time. How have you been? Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, I've been very good. Thank you very much. I'm actually just looking at the camera move. I wish I could show you guys this again, but unfortunately I don't know how to connect this camera up to this setup. Doesn't seem to want to connect. Yeah, actually, let me see if I can connect it to the back of this. Let's see if it will connect to the back of this. Right. Okay, no, still the same. Doesn't seem to have changed much. See, you guys see in real time how I set the camera up. If a non-Islamic book has God's name, the Prophet's name, etc., must I treat the book differently? Do I have to be careful placing on the floor? Generally, I mean, any book that is sort of like Islamic, people generally have some sort of respect for it. But putting on the floor won't be sinful. So putting on the floor isn't sinful unless in your society, culture that you live in, putting books on the floor is seen as sinful. Adil K, what is a Salafi and what doctrine ideology do you follow? I'm not a Salafi, and maybe it's best to ask a Salafi. When a sister in Islam walks around, interacts with people in public, how should she conduct herself? Brother, I don't understand what you're asking. Smells and everything. Basically, you just act normal. When you go out, you just act normal. As long as you don't do anything which is sinful, then it's fine. Will you make that video explaining what to do when miss certain rakats in Jama'ah? Oh yeah, remember that? One day, Brother Rona. Before I die, inshallah, I will make that video. Zainab alaikum assalam. Have you heard of Sheikh Al-Diddu? So it's Diddu, yes. Sheikh Hassan Diddu, famous Mauritanian scholar. Can mirath be appointed and get divided while a person is alive? No, it can't. It won't be counted as mirath. Mirath is after you die. Samo, would you recommend Lane's lexicon to a student of Arabic? It's good, definitely. But generally, I say a student after 1 year or 2 years of Arabic, they should move on to Arabic dictionaries. They should stop relying on just English Arabic dictionary. Idris Shah, alaikum assalam, my brother. Ahlan wa sahlan, sangahalde. It's been a while, been really busy lately. That's why I couldn't attend the sessions. Ahlan wa sahlan, hope you're well. Hope everything's good. Missed you, bro. Randall, Jazakallah, I got to need to hit the bed. Don't want to miss the Fajr. Alaikum assalam. Take care, inshallah, Randall. Jazakallah khair. And have a nice week. Jazakallah khair. Well, I thought you'd make that near the end of this year. Yeah, unfortunately, you didn't think right. Which Patreon subscription gets you Noor Al Anwar? I think it's the £9 one. I think it's the £9 one, $14 one. Is wearing a certain color to honor a special day permissible? I mean, as long as you don't believe it is part of Islam, it's fine, and it doesn't coincide with another religious practice. Do any hadith exist for how to have khushu in salat? How to have khushu? Um, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the hadith about ihsan, to do your worship as though you're seeing Allah or Allah sees you. What is the ruling of ghusl necessary? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Sufyan Malik, ahla wa sahla. Long time, my brother, long time. Any good books on tarajim, seer books you'd recommend? Seer A'lam and Nubala is probably the most comprehensive out of all of them. So it depends what you want, Sahaba, or you just want general, or you want the Siha Sitta. So I actually done one. If you watch on my YouTube channel, I've done a series. I've done a video on Tahdhib al-Kamal. Yeah, on Tahdhib al-Kamal. So check that one out. Jazakallah khair, QK, take care. Salam. Arnaut, ahlan wa sahlan. So, Sheikh, a person cannot split his wealth, his inheritance, while life. Yeah, so you can do it, but it won't be counted as inheritance, basically. It won't be counted as inheritance. Fresh Prince. هل يمكنني أن أرتدي الخفين فوق الجوارب؟ نعم. نعم، عند الحنفية يجوز هذا. Do you go gym? No, I don't go gym. I don't go gym. I used to many years ago, but I don't go. Sorry, it's what? Didn't hear you. Sorry, what was the question, Hansa? Rona Hakim, in the Western society, they have national anthems. Is it sinful to stand for it? As long as you don't believe it's part of Islam, as long as you are not saying or supporting in there something which is contradictory to the Islamic teachings, then it would be allowed. Is Sunnah a man to be physically strong? So when you say Sunnah, do you mean rewarding? Do you mean that is it rewarding to be physically strong? هل هذا كومة من الذهب في الخلفية؟ لا 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 أي واحد، يعني الأضواء، النور خلف، وهذا لا، هذه ليس، هذا من لا أدري ماذا يسمى بالعربية، براس، بالإنجليزية يسمى براس، هذا نوع من الحديد. In the Western society, they have national anthems. No. Is listening to historical anthems the same as listening to music? As is, the general rule basically is, like I said, about the music one. So music is considered by majority of scholars to not be permissible. So if it's got music in there, then it won't be permissible. When a man dies and only has a daughter, can his daughters keep all his wealth? I heard it's 2/3, but if the man says, yeah, if there's no one else, then the daughter takes all. Yeah, daughter takes 2/3, but if there's no one else, then they are the sole inheritors. Sheikh, I pray you are well. Is there a small daily sunnah you can advise us to do, please? As in, what do you mean by sunnah? Do you mean like some sort of like a salat or dhikr, or what do you mean? Do I technically have wudu every time I regular shower? Yes. HK, ahlan wa sahlan. What's your advice for a Darul Uloom graduate who has got a full-time job in the healthcare sector in terms of maintaining a regular reading habit of Arabic books? Yes, what I would suggest is once a week, if you can, have a dars. Start teaching if you can, because teaching will force you to read, prepare. Definitely get someone, even if you have to teach them free of charge, just teach someone anything and then you can practice, right? You can make them your guinea pig and practice on them. Seriously, it's going to work. Okay, let's check out this one. Okay, Akhi, wa alaikum assalam. Say a drug addict came to my friend with a tool which is most likely 100% stolen. My friend decides to buy it for business as he thought it will be useful. So I paid my mate for getting it for me. I deeped it after. Well, I deeped it. Deeped it. After, will there be no barakah or haram? If you knew most likely it is haram, then it was, you should get rid of it, basically. That's the thing. So at the end of the day, look, anything that is haram, the Prophet ﷺ said that haram income, it removes the barakah from your life. Yeah. So if you bought something haram, that's going to take away from your life barakah. And once barakah leaves your life, then all other bad things starts happening in your life. So if you know most likely it is haram and it's from a drug addict, then stay away from investing. Islam Visualize, what advice on someone getting frustrated, shortness of breath, heart racing whilst leading salah? I don't know. I mean, is it some medical condition that the person has? If it's a medical condition, please speak to a doctor about this. If it's just you're new to leading salat, then I would say just take it easy, calm, relax yourself, take deep breaths, and then just pray. But if it's some sort of like anxiety attacks that a person has, then please, you need to see a doctor or someone like that. Okay, why can't we match four madhabs when we want? If they're all sunnah, what do people mean when they say you'll be following desires? So what if they are all sunnah? Okay, good question. So following all madhabs is not sunnah. This is what you have to understand. It is not considered sunnah. So when we follow a madhab, what we're basically doing is we're following what the Quran says. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. The lay person, average person, does not have a madhab. Like most of you guys don't have a madhab. Because to have a madhab, you need to know how a madhab works. And you guys have not studied the madhab. So you don't know what a madhab is. That's why for you, you follow what the Quran says. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ. You follow the people of dhikr, basically. And you have to follow that. If you ask someone a question and you trust them, you must listen to what they're saying to you. And you can't go to other people and start asking them. This is going against what the Quran says. أَسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Now, so when you're going to go to a particular, so if you're praying a salat, right, and you say, okay, shall I raise my hands in salat? Shall I not raise my hands in salat? Shall I do witr qunut? Shall I not do witr qunut? This is going to become, as opposed to submission to salat. Submission to salat basically is when you're submitting yourself to Allah. If you're not submitting yourself to Allah, you want to follow the opinions of this person, that person, you're not submitting to Allah, you're submitting to what you want. Right? And that's never been the case with Sahaba. Sahaba always followed whatever the strong answer was given to them. That's what they followed. So this is the problem with following anything you want. Go online, follow this, follow that. You're literally following what you want. You're creating in your mind your own vision of what Islam is about. Right? So you got that kind of person who just wants to, it's like a person who goes online, listens to any doctor, and just say, I want to follow this doctor and follow this doctor. And that again is obviously wrong, because that clearly is going to lead you to harming your health. Similarly, harming your akhirah is up to you. If you want to play around with your akhirah, and this is not me just saying this is like scholars from the tabi'in time and taba tabi'in time saying about the person who follows tatabba al-rukhas halaka is destroyed. Anyone who follows dispensations of anyone they've heard has destroyed themselves, because you're not submitting to Allah anymore. You're clearly following whatever you want to follow. So this is why it's dangerous. That's why it's playing around with Allah's laws. And if you're serious about Allah's laws, the scholar who you trust a lot, you listen to what they say. Okay, is selling vapes haram? If it is, what about vapes with zero nicotine? No, selling vapes would not be haram. I wouldn't see as being haram. Okay, next question. I seek forgiveness, Sayyidi, but does it mean that what is divided before his demise is not mu'tabar? It's not mu'tabar, yeah. It's just a gift. So once that person dies, whatever they've got left has to be distributed to those people. So let's say a person had £1,000 and they divided £900 before they died. And they got £100 left. If they die, that £100 has to be divided amongst the heirs. Does that make sense? Zob, what is your favorite surah in the Quran? My favorite surah in the Quran is Surah Ar-Rahman. If a person has two wives, are the kids of the two wives mahram to each other? So are they born from him? Are they born from him? Yes or no? If they're born from him, then they're mahram. If they're not born from him, they're born from others, then they're not mahram. Is rewarding... What was your question again? Is sunnah and physics strong? No, there's no specific reward in it. Zaba wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If a parent does if a parent doesn't want to leave any inheritance to one of his offspring, is it permissible? No, that's not allowed. What is meant by anyone else? Is that like nephews, etc.? Even so, what if the other father just wants his daughters to keep them? So basically, watch my inheritance videos. I've explained over there who gets inheritance. So basically, those people who the Quran has mentioned receive inheritance, it's referring to those people. So nephews and nieces don't get inheritance at all. Salamu alaikum AB ahlan wa sahlan. Is the saying of Ali authentic? Inna Allah wa la makan wa huwa al-an ala ma alayhi kan. I don't know. I mean, I've heard that statement, but I don't know if it's authentically attributed to Ali radiallahu anhu. The statement is fine in itself, but I don't know if it's attributed to Ali radiallahu anhu. Rona, is studying criminology and psychology Islamic permissible? I wouldn't see a problem in there. I mean, I haven't studied it, so I don't know all the details, but it shouldn't be a problem. I'm always doubtful of the, what's that? Something I buy. Is it chocolate? I buy and I use a halal scanner app, but it doesn't say anything what to do. Then fine, then eat it. And as wa alaikum assalam, is it makruh to dye the hair black for men with grey hair? Even some ulama do this though. There's ikhtilaf in the Hanafi school. The stronger position is that it's considered makruh for someone who's over the age of 40. Some say makruh tahrimi, some say tanzihi. Nahidu alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. Any tips to anyone who is doing Urdu Alimiya to strengthen their Arabic to English translation rather than Arabic? I haven't done Urdu Arabic, so I wouldn't be able to help you in that one. I mean, just read as much books as you can. Honestly, reading as many Arabic books directly as you can, and don't read Urdu Sharas. Urdu Sharas are like kryptonite to Superman. Mukit Sheikh, how does one make up for missed prayers? So missed prayers, basically what you do is you just make them up. So you just remember how many you've missed, and then you just pray them as you would pray them normally. Is having a long mustache makruh? If the mustache goes over the lip, then it's considered to be makruh. Yeah, so like, as you can see, my one doesn't go over my lip. It's fine. If it goes over the lip, then it's considered to be makruh. Your perspective for answering people's question appears to be facilitating ease for people to their lives according to the deen. How come some Deobandi scholars don't appear to look at it that way? I don't know. I mean, see, the thing is, I don't know how much exposure you've had with scholars. So when scholars answer a question, like formally in writing, sometimes their answers have to conform with a certain style. So it has to have a certain, you can say, like strictness attached to it, formality attached to it. And when it's done verbally, there's more scope. So sometimes there's certain scholars who might have online fatwa written, who might have a very sort of like a strict answer. But when you speak to them in person, then it's easier. And the reason for this is because tailored answers, if someone asks you a question and you know that person, tailored answers is actually the best way to answer to someone. But if you're doing an answer just on a public platform where someone asks you a question in writing, you don't know their background, you don't know information about them, the answer is kept very, very general. Yeah. Sheikh, can you explain a bit about the fiqh principle of an action being haram, makruh, tahrimi on the basis of being haram, harmful to the body, e.g. cigarettes are... yeah, so anything which the doctor says to you, so basically anything, so everything is harmful to you. I mean, eating anything can kill you. Yeah. But what we want to look at is how much immediate harm it has to you, the immediate harmful effects. So generally in today's society, if the doctor tells you eating this kind of thing excessively is going to harm you, then that would be considered to be sinful for you to deliberately try to eat. That's what the rule would be. So it's based upon that idea. Is it true in the Hanafi madhab, able-bodied heirs are not obliged to do a Hajj on behalf of their deceased parents who neglected doing Hajj unless they're deceased? That's right. Correct. Ibn Adam, alaikum assalam. Ahlan wa sahlan, Ibn Adam. Long time, my brother. Any tips on how to strengthen the relationship between a child and parents? You know, best thing I would always say, best thing is to do some project with them or go on a holiday with them. Yeah, seriously. And when I say holiday, I don't mean like go to India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Afghanistan or whatever with them. No, go on a holiday, go hiking, go do a project with them, build something with them. That is the best way to build a relationship. And I think a lot of the people living in the West, what happens is because they're from other countries, like third world countries, so-called third world countries, they are poor generally. They come here, they work hard, they're hard workers, and they spend so much time in work trying to provide for the future of their kids that they simply just can't spend time with them. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's what happens with most of us. So and then the next generation slowly realizes, and they spend more time with their kids, and the next generation spend more time with their kids. Eventually, the relationship between kids and parents does become strong in the future generations. Are there two sunnah ways to keep the mustache trimmed and big? How big, sir? So big, basically, as long as it does not go over the lip. Yeah. And trim does all the way down. Like Ibn Umar used to trim it all the way down so that you could see the skin of his mustache. I know some teens who find their sideburns itchy and they shave it and say they do not have a beard, so sideburns don't matter. What's your stance on this? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Tell them to ask a scholar. If I have broken an oath, can I pay my kafara in sets? For instance, yes, you can. Yeah, you can do it in installments. Sheikh, are we allowed to do tawaf for people who are alive? Yes, you can. That would be considered sadaqah jariyah, isal thawab. Are we allowed to pray Quran? Yes. Going to Hanafis, you're allowed to do that. Okay, I'm going to go off Instagram. So take care, Instagram, guys. Ahlan wa sahlan. Okay, Saturday. Q&A Saturday. Yeah, so that's that, guys. That's been my day today. So I was roofing today and put the roof on with my cousin. Alhamdulillah, he helped me a lot with the roof. And it's basically, if you have a shed roof, you can put onto your roof different types of roofing. You could put a felt roof on there or a rubber one, or you can even put a roof which is basically like a kind of like tiles, like a tile kind of one, slates. I was gonna put slates on the roof, then I thought, I don't know, maybe it's just gonna waste money on there. So I just bought myself a roof felt and put that on. So basically, what you do is it's like a roof. It's like that, isn't it? So you got to put the lower sides on first, and then on top of that, you got to put another piece of felt on top, and then it creates like a natural slope. So when rain falls, and then you got to put glue under, hammer them in, and glue. Simple as that. Takes about an hour to do. I'm giving you a DIY tips here. Does not wearing I thought you're going QK. Does not wearing a taqiyya turban during salah make the salah makruh? So basically, when it comes to salat, the salat should be according to the what you wear outside. So if you always wear a topi outside, you don't have your hair uncovered, then you must wear a topi in your salat, because khudu zinatakum inda kulli masjid. That's why in the olden days, no respectable person would go out with their head uncovered. That's why in the Hanafi books, early books, they say you must have your head covered. But in today's times, many people go out without their head covered now. It's a fashion. Now it's like a normal trend that people have. So therefore, it will be permissible. Is listening to Quran while studying disrespecting the Quran? It wouldn't be disrespecting unless you felt it's disrespecting. Can I use gift aid to cover an amount of kafara I pay tax, so I have the right to? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so, because you paid. I think it's because you paid them your tax. That tax is now gone out of your. So I don't know how the gift aid works. Does it come out directly from your wages, or does it come from them? Like, is it after you've given them the tax, then they pay for it? Because not yours. That's the thing. It's not yours. So therefore, it wouldn't be allowed. Does your family watch your Q&A? No. My mom watches it sometimes. My sister watches it sometimes. It must be so convenient. And as Mufti, do you agree with the fatwa that you are 10 out of 10 in the looks department? Do you agree with the fatwa? 10 out of 10. Inna lillah. May Allah make our hearts 10 out of 10. Does marijuana or smoking break wudu? So smoking marijuana is not allowed. If a person was to smoke marijuana and it made them high and it made them in a state of sakar, intoxication, the wudu would break. Is taking a student loan part of the category of necessity, hence making it halal? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Okay, anyway, guys, I am going to finish there, guys. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for watching this video, attending, asking questions. May Allah bless all of you guys. Keep in your du'as, inshallah, for the week. I make dua for my car as well. See my dandruff here. Make dua for my car as well. Car is unfortunately it's dying. It's in its dying stage. Yeah, it's been diagnosed with that's it. It's gonna die. Transmission problems. So we're looking for a new car to buy, inshallah. So it's a big problem. What if your car doesn't work properly? It can be a big hassle going work and this and that. And does that mean that if one person were to pray salah dressed well, but without a hat, dressed well without a hat, and another one dressed in pajamas but with a topi, the one who dressed well would have better salah? Yeah. So would you go out with your pajamas on in public? If you're okay with going out in your pajamas in public gatherings, then your salah will be fine. But otherwise, because the verse of the Quran says khuduz, you're not acting on this verse of the Quran. Khudu zinatakum. Allah clearly says khudu zinatakum. Haidar Ali, if a person smokes weed, is his salah not accepted for 40 days? Allah knows best. MP, wa alaikum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan, ahlan wa sahlan, welcome to Allah, we belong to Him, we will return, including the car, definitely. Everything has this is what I say, I always say this. Whenever you get something, remember that it will give up on you. If you get a phone, it will give up on you. If you get a car, it will give up on you. If you even have health, it will give up on you. Every single thing in your life is going to give up on you one day. And that's life. You just got to get used to that. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a fatalist, but that's how things end for us. Okay. Anyway, take care, guys. Okay, this is a book. This is a book from Masjid al-Aqsa from Palestine. It's called Ma'alim al-Masjid al-Aqsa Taht al-Mijhar. Yeah, the ma'alim, so like the signs or the milestones or the sort of like famous sites in Masjid al-Aqsa under the microscope. Yeah, so this book is basically about in Masjid al-Aqsa all the different sort of locations. So if you've ever been to Masjid al-Aqsa, it's a good Arabic book. It kind of shows you inside the Masjid al-Aqsa a lot of the famous structures historically, who built them, when were they constructed, some famous facts about them. This is a good book. It's quite thick. This is basically it's a 400-page book. There's actually another English book, which is a guide of Masjid al-Aqsa by Huma Publications, which is in English, and that's like a very easy to read about Palestine. And it's got a little section there about Masjid al-Aqsa as well, and it's got a few facts in there, nice facts. All right, guys, take care, inshallah, and remember your du'as. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.